आपने जाके आपने परफॉर्म कर लिया, आपने थिएटर कर लिया, आपने जो भी कर लिया, दैट्स ग्रेट। बट जब ऑडियंस आपको एक्सेप्ट करती है, इट्स बीन सेड कि जब आपको सक्सेस मिलती है, द इनर यू, द ट्रू यू कम्स आउट। दिया मैंने उसको कि उसने बोला भाई ठीक है, फोन उठा लेते हैं भाई, ठीक है, बिकॉज यू हैव टू ब्रेक दैट ब्रिज। द फर्स्ट ब्रिज इज annoyance. People are going to be annoyed, right? So first I annoyed a lot of people. Grandmothers have called me and given me their blessings, right? From across the globe, many people don't cry, right? I cry a lot. मुझे कॉल किया, संजय सर ने कहा कि क्या क्या किया तूने, तो आई टोल्ड हिम माई करियर ग्राफ। फिर उन्होंने कहा कि तूने तो बहुत काम किया है पर कोई तुझे जानता नहीं है। आई बेग्ड हिम कि सर प्लीज़ एक मौका दीजिए और।
Just to fill me, just to fill me.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm great.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. I've been doing this for a couple of hours. My guests have kept changing, but let me tell you, the enthusiasm for you has been unparalleled. Okay. So, how many of you here because of Hira Mandi? Oh man. Okay. Life changed for you last year. Let's start with that. It's not like you were a new actor, but there was something that happened that moved the needle for you as an actor. How has life been since Hira Mandi? Taha? Tell us.
More opportunities to earn money. That's for sure. Also, I feel there's a lot of love pouring in, and not only because of the show, but in the show, your performance. And as an actor, as somebody in the arts field, I believe that when we have a gift that we would like to share with the world, when you get appreciated for that, तब आपको दिल से खुशी होती है। I mean, it's एक खुशी होती है कि आपने जाके आपने परफॉर्म कर लिया, आपने थिएटर कर लिया, आपने जो भी कर लिया, दैट्स ग्रेट। बट जब ऑडियंस आपको एक्सेप्ट करती है, वो एक अलग खुशी होती है।
Bilkul. And I must say that that show captured the imaginations of so many. The female attention, let's talk about that. How has that been?
Exciting.
Exciting, but not new to you, I'm sure. But how, like, for example, earlier, if people were responding to the way you look, after the show, what is the tadad of that? Is it like 10x? Is it 20x?
Let's say when you're younger, right? If somebody who's good looking, let's say a girl who's good looking comes and appreciates you, you might like, maybe we can date. You know, nowadays, you don't think like that anymore, right? Nowadays, it becomes very, very appreciative, very grateful. Even she can be the prettiest girl in the world, but he comes and says, you know what, I saw you in Hira Mandi and I think you are sensational. To thank you. You know, it's not like, can I date you? You know what I mean? So I think the outlook has changed. You grew as a person, right? And I think that it's been said कि जब आपको success मिलती है, the inner you, the true you comes out.
So true.
Right? So I feel that that somewhere is the true me, where you of course every actor and anybody in the arts field always loves being appreciated and wow, you're great, right? But not everybody can swallow that. You know, it can change you in many ways. बहुत से लोग मुझे कहते हैं कि I'm the kind of guy who would love to take a photo with every single one of you right now, right? But लोग कहते हैं कि फिर आपके पास बहुत टाइम है, निकल जाओ, भाग जाओ, हाँ? You know, there's a certain perception that needs to be built or has to be built. Many things, right? A lot of people giving you guidance, but the girl's attention, women's attention, young, old, grandmothers have called me and given me their blessings, right?
Wow.
From across the globe,
Yeah.
right? मुझे मैसेज आते हैं लंदन से। एक औरत ने मुझे मैसेज किया था और उन्होंने कहा था कि मैं एक सिंगल माँ हूँ और मैं प्यार पे विश्वास नहीं करती। Actually, I don't believe in it anymore, she said. But जब मैंने आपको देखा हीरा मंडी में, तो I have now dreamt that one day there will be a man who will come for me and will sweep me off my feet. Can you imagine? वो लंदन में बैठे हैं, पता नहीं कहाँ पे बैठे हैं, और she is sending you a message like this. You never did this personally for her to feel this way, but she has felt. People from across the world have felt. No words can explain the transfer of emotion that has happened here. You know what I mean? And these are blessings. This is true blessings. You know, if you could change her mind, imagine how many other people have actually, they might have watched it, but out of like 1,000 people, one person will message you, right? Not everybody's going to come and sit and message you, but how many hearts have you touched? how many people don't cry, right? I cry a lot, okay? Sometimes I shouldn't be crying and I'm still crying, all right? I do cry by myself, but I feel it releases a lot of pent up, stored up tension or stress or pain or aches that you have from within. And many a times I think that why I even do acting is so that in a community watching, theater is going on over here, people are sitting over there, and you're watching them. You see everybody laugh at the same time. You see everybody cry at the same time. It is incredible. It's magic, right? And that is what cinema does. Cinema is magic. So blessings from the woman. Thank you for all the love.
Aw, all the girls,
Thank you.
yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Girls and boys, yeah, in case you're a fan, in case you're here, and in case you're one of those who's shy and doesn't want to ever say a word, we see you, especially the shy ones, okay? Thank you for coming to the huddle. I do want to take you back to the time because I was someone who watched Taj.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Of course, and you were so good. And I wanted to ask you, it was an interesting time because there you were, suddenly these two period dramas presented themselves in front of you. And the time gap wasn't too much between the releases of the two, right? It wasn't drastic or anything.
1 year, 3 months.
1 year, 3 months. But did Taj contribute at all to Hira Mandi's casting? Because it should have.
No.
No, right?
No, it didn't.
So how did Sanjay Leela Bhansali Sahab find you?
हमने casting director को call किया. हमने 15 महीने. There's a friend of mine, Tushar. God bless his soul. He has passed away. All right, but he was the fortitude or the pillar in my life. Right. After my mom, literally in Mumbai, it was Tushar, Tulsidas Naik. All right. My prayers are always with him and his family. But he stayed in touch with the casting director for 15 months. Right? ये ताज हो रहा था, सब कुछ हो रहा था, सब ठीक है. But 15 months, finally she said, ठीक है, ले ले. Right? तो फिर उन्होंने मुझे 3 दिन का रोल दिया था मुझे हीरा मंडी में. And that's when I said, ठीक है, मैं कर लूँगा क्योंकि मुझे संजय सर के साथ काम करना है. संजय सर is literally God in our field. Right? तो मैं कुछ भी करूँगा, उनके साथ काम करना है, ठीक है. I passed that round, I got selected, I even signed the contract. फिर संजय सर ने मुझे कॉल किया. संजय सर ने कहा कि क्या क्या किया तूने. तो आई टोल्ड हिम माई करियर ग्राफ. फिर उन्होंने कहा कि तूने तो बहुत काम किया है पर कोई तुझे जानता नहीं है. सेड ओके, ये भी ठीक है, यू नो आई एम ट्राइंग. ही सेड गुड, इसको ये रोल मत दे, इसको बलराज का रोल दे. तो उन्होंने मेरा जो रोल है उन्होंने चेंज करके तब्दील करके उन्होंने मुझे 30 दिन का रोल दे दिया जो बलराज का था, जो ताजदार का बेस्ट फ्रेंड था. ठीक है. आई सेड ग्रेट. आई वेंट फॉर द लुक टेस्ट, पास दैट. पर मुझे कुछ कॉल नहीं आया. तो फिर 9-10 दिन बाद मैं कुछ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन करने जा रहा था. मुझे कॉल आता है उनके ऑफिस से कि सॉरी सर ने आपको, मतलब ही थिंक्स दैट you're not for this role, so he's cancelled this for you. तो मुझे लगा कि भाई अच्छा कुछ मिलने वाला है, पर नहीं हुआ. अगेन understand, rejection is a part of this game, right? Every day you're going to get rejection. So ठीक है, I swallowed that. I went to him. I could only do one thing, so I begged him. I begged him कि sir please, if there's anything, अगर मैंने गलत किया है आप मुझे बता तो दीजिए. I'll try and change it. अगर मैं चेंज नहीं कर पाया तो आप मुझे निकाल दो, कोई बात नहीं, प्लीज़ एक मौका दीजिए. और he was very kind. He said better bet. So I sat down and then he was very very kind and he said कि I saw your look test. तूने बहुत अच्छा किया है, कुछ तो है तेरी आंखों में. I want you for the lead role of my show. And that's how I got Tajdar.
Wow. Wow. I'm so glad that you're here today because I think, you know, when you're promoting a show, you yourself don't know कि हम कितना बोल सकते हैं. But now in hindsight, I think there's a little time that's passed. The story has come alive, yeah. The story has come alive. And I think story तभी मायने रखती है जब successful होती हैं चीज़ें, है ना? है ना? I do know that the journey's been very long for you because you've been around for a while. But isn't it crazy how fickle, you know, the world is? The same boy, the same talent has been around for so long. How do you see that? Because I know that you have a bit of a philosophical bent of mind. I know you're a reader, you read a lot. And I know that today you're going to leave us with some book recommendations as well. Yes, and you must. But how do you perceive that?
So fickleness or anything, this is just how life is. You know, if there was a book on life, then this would be one of the main chapters where peoples and thoughts are fickle, right? You can run away from home, people might not accept what you become. All of a sudden you become this hit actress or hit actor. हम तो जानते थे ये कुछ करने वाला. Immediately It can be opposite your religion, it can be opposite anything, you're offending everybody in your whole village. But as soon as you become successful, everything is forgotten, right? Because, and my father told me this, that there is no success like success. Success will redefine and give meaning to things which never had meaning. For example, जब मैं शुरुआत में जब मैं था यहाँ पे 5-6 साल पहले, 8 साल पहले, तो उस वक्त मेरे जो एक्टिंग टीचर थे, गुरु थे, डॉक्टर दास, तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि जब भी आपको स्क्रिप्ट मिलती, मतलब जब भी आपको एक नरेशन मिलता है, ऑलवेज आस्क फॉर द स्क्रिप्ट so that you can understand the screenplay, you can understand lot more things, कैसे लिखा है. अगर लिखा ही सही नहीं है तो वहाँ पे क्या दिखाओगे? I asked for the script और फिर लोगों ने कहा अच्छा मेरे से स्क्रिप्ट मांगेगा, अच्छा, you know, but nothing wrong in asking for it, really. Nothing wrong. These are rights, given rights. It's your story, please tell me, I'm reading it. But people take it to their ego, and what happens because of that is that many of the actors stop asking, right? And then they're like, हाँ ठीक है मैं कर लूँगा. But you don't know anything, and you take the wrong steps. This was the right step, and I stuck to it. Now, when I ask somebody, they're like, he's very professional. बहुत professional आदमी है, you know, he reads. बहुत कैसे actor नहीं पढ़ते, ये पढ़ता है. I mean, I was the same guy. I asked the same thing. It's just that some success hit you, and now people view you very differently, or people view the words that come out of your mouth very differently. Hira Mandi is, you cannot just say that is your success. It's the journey of 14 years. That is success, that you stuck on, that you never gave up, that you held on till the last nail, right? That is a pat on your back, all right? And anybody who does that, you guys have to pat yourself, because trust me, nobody else is going to come and pat your back, and you keep giving hope to yourself.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing how, you know, we had Fatima Sana Sheikh just before you on the stage. And the reason the two of you like resonated with us is the story. The story that you are not from Mumbai. You are from, I mean, Abu Dhabi is where you schooled and you grew up. And I wouldn't say that Mumbai is your home, you know, and at the
It is
same
home.
time, now it is.
Now it is, yeah.
But when you were growing up, it wasn't. But there is that first day when you moved to a city. Do you remember that day?
I do, very much so, actually.
Please tell us, what was it like and what did you do on your first day in this massive Mumbai city?
The city was flooded.
Oh,
Yeah, it was flooded and it was raining profusely. So I remember कि मैं एयरपोर्ट पे था, मैं निकला और मैं यहाँ पे, of course I didn't know anybody, तो I took an auto. और this is the crazy thing, don't judge me, okay, don't judge me, all right? But I took the auto and I went to this hotel and it said 300. So I took out 300 rupees and I gave it to this guy. This guy looked at me and he's like, you're an idiot, all right? It was 30 rupees, but I did 300, so I thought it was 300, all right? So that was my first day over here. And then I'm like, shit, right?
But that's Mumbai for you. वो चाहे तो 300 रुपए रख सकता था, उसने आपको बोला 30 ही रुपए है.
Yeah, he did. I said, then come tomorrow also.
Wow, what a story. It's been a while that we revisited that day. Do you remember what year that was?
Yeah,
Was
it
it the
was,
year of the Mumbai flood by any chance?
No, not floods. No, it wasn't that.
It wasn't that year,
It
okay.
wasn't that. That was 2004.
2004.
Yeah, no, this was 2010.
Okay, so 2010 was
Yeah.
the year you were talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
So that means 2010, 15 saal, yeah?
Yeah, almost.
15 saal, like how does one keep themselves in the game for 15 years? There must have been a day, Taha, when you didn't feel this pretty. There must have been a day when you didn't feel this good. Do you remember a day like that, and what did you do to get back?
So yeah, I think those days that I have completely been down, I have forced myself to get up and do exercise. I have forced myself to stick to my routine, right? I have then thought, ki tomorrow, day after that is not in my hand. What is in my hand is today. Can I put in my best effort today? You know, what I worked out yesterday does not even count. I'm starting from zero today, all right? And I have such a strong guilty conscience, man. Like a massive guilty conscience. अगर मैंने कुछ गलत कर दिया ना भाई, तो मतलब अंदर से मुझे palpitation होने शुरू हो जाते हैं, right? I swear to God, I get panic. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like मैंने आज workout नहीं किया, आज मैंने मेहनत नहीं की, all right? Then I can't sleep because then it feels like, am I doing my best? And if I don't get the role or if I don't get that, then is it because I haven't put in enough effort? I should put more effort. I should put more effort. I should put more effort. Yeah. So I think I've trained myself in that way. And my mom thinks I'm crazy. But somewhere I think मैंने हमेशा अपनी मम्मी को ये दिखाना चाहता था कि देखिए मुंबई ना बहुत एक्सपेंसिव सिटी है. ठीक है. यानी आप
Look, everyone's like, yeah.
Everybody's like, yeah, right. आप जितना भी कमाओ पैसे ऐसे निकल जाते हैं पानी के जैसा. Right. So I've been very careful कि मैं मेरी मम्मी मुझे मतलब she takes care of me. She has taken care of me since the day I've been here. Now thank God I'm earning. I'm giving back to her. पर पहले मैं ऐसा नहीं होता था. And my mom has been very, very kind to stick on and believe in my dream, right? It's almost become her dream. It is her dream. So it's equal. If not, it's her dream more. She's invested time, money, effort, dreams, prayers into this dream, right? So I cannot fail her. I cannot fail her, right? So somewhere I think that also helps the guilty conscience a little bit more. So yeah, I just have to prove her right. I just have to do it.
Aw, a big round of applause for that. Also, my mom's there, so.
Oh yeah, that's your mom. She's so supportive.
And she's nodding, and she's
supportive,
nodding.
right?
Yeah, everything he said, mom, for you. In fact, ये clip जो है ना, this is on all of y'all. Okay, अपनी मम्मी को दिखाना, उनको tag करना. If she's on Instagram like my mom, who's very cool. Otherwise, y'all, it's so beautiful what you said. Because we really, really take it for granted, what our parents bring to our lives. They're there, they don't ask you for anything in return. And it's a grace. So if you're here and if, both your parents are with you, it's a big grace. So know that. Let's talk about books, because I know for a fact that, I've had the chance. We've never met before, by the way, which is random, because how has a successful person in this industry not sat down with me yet? But then it had to happen. Then it happened here at Kala Ghoda. But I know a little bit, because obviously I've done my research. And what I found most, exciting about you was the fact that you're a man who reads. It's so rare, guys, and let's be honest, how many of us have read a book in the last year? Not this year, last year. Honest, and like magazine doesn't count. Okay, proper book.
दो-तीन हाथ गिर गए
No, and I think that's what I love most about you. And if I ever get a chance to do this with you again, I will ask you the question again, because it's so important, because books give us imagination.
I never used to read, right? मैं स्कूल में मैं ऐसा था कि मैं मम्मी को कहता था कि ठीक है मैं 10 लाइनें पढ़ूंगा, उसके बाद मैं खेलने के लिए जाऊंगा, ठीक है 10 lines. Then I would read those 10 lines, she's like, then I would leave, right? So I was not a reader. I think it's very important कि जब हम लोग को पता चल जाता है कि हमारा passion क्या है, then it's easy for us to read. We don't read because we have to read. We read because we have to become better at what we want to become better at, right? So it is like they say, necessity teaches you what you need to know. So like that necessity of the hunger of knowing more in my field, which is acting, is why I started reading, right? So the first books was not novels, was not that. मेरे सारी किताबें जो, it was in 2010 or 9 when I was in New York Film Academy, when I started reading. My first ever book was How to Stop Acting by Harold Gustin, all right? मतलब मैंने उसको फाड़ दिया वो किताब पढ़ के, ठीक है? So that was my first book, and my second book I remember was Acting for Dummies. Okay, that was my second book, and I actually memorized that whole book. I understood what I need to do, what is a portfolio, what are agents, what are managers, because this was a Hollywood-based book and it wasn't the Indian system. यहाँ पे बहुत अलग system है, वहाँ पे बहुत अलग system है, but it taught me a system, that there is a system, right? There's a method to the madness, right? So that's what those books taught me. धीरे-धीरे जैसे मैं अपने आप को जानने लग गया, I started understanding कि मैं ये भी नहीं जानता, मैं ये भी नहीं जानता, मैं ये भी नहीं जानता, मैं लोगों से बस कैसे बात करूँ, communication skills क्या होती हैं, right? Then I started picking up books on communication, right? And then I became really fascinated about success because I wasn't getting it, all right? So I'm like, why am I not getting this? ये क्या है, right? So then I started looking at people like Jackie Chan, I started looking at Arnold Schwarzenegger, Kobe Bryant, and everybody had a different mentality. Everybody had a different way of approaching things. And I'm just there's so many people. There's Ratan Tata, there's so many people, right? I read about everybody. And I understood that, and everybody started, and I found new books where they said that I have spoken to 1,000 successful people, and this is their, their, what's it called, filtered ideas, 100 ideas that all the successful people do. मैंने बोला भाई इसको तो मैं मतलब घूट के पी लूँगा, right? I'm gonna do everything on this, right? And then let's see how it doesn't happen. Because they're saying that success is the muscle. If I follow a successful person, I should become successful. I mean, if I do everything that you're doing, then somewhere I should be successful, right? If not, then it's just about time, right? So I constantly, consistently, day after day, went after that, following the habits, just following habits. That's it. And trust me, I hated these habits, all right? I don't like these habits. I don't like waking up in the morning at 8 o'clock, going for my classes for 4 hours. I don't like it, but I did it. I do it, and I still will continue to do it, right? Because I believe that this is what has made me, and this will continue to make me a better person, a more learned person, a person, the person I want to be.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for that. Before we open it up for the audience, because they have so many questions, I want to ask you, what's the slate for 2025 looking like? What are the last, since Hira Mandi, have you been busy shooting? And is there any NDA that you can ignore at this point?
All I can say is that I am very much looking to be starting my romantic films.
Yeah.
All right, that is something I'm actually. I never thought I would get into romantic. I mean, I believe in romance. I have fallen in love, and when I do fall in love, I think I'm quite crazy. Shah Rukh is an idol, right? Shah Rukh sir is God. I have followed him, and my whole team's crazy about him, right? Yes, we have. Yes, I have. We have. I have met him, and it was very, very kind of him. मैं पूजा माम से मिल रहा था. It was at Manish Malhotra's house, and मैं पूजा मैम से मिल रहा था, and then she's like, hold on a minute, Shah Rukh would like to, come and say hi. I'm like, what? He would like to say hi to me? Right? Unbelievable. So that moment, can never forget. So he started walking, he was dashing as usual, right? So he walks past, he comes here, and I'm like it was a moment of silence. It was like, it was like light around him, just walking towards me. His aura is just mad, right? He came to me, and then he told me he watched Hira Mandi, and he said, you've done a phenomenal job. And then he touched my cheek, and then he kissed me, right? Oh. And and then he said कि बेटा हम सबको ना इतनी एक्टिंग आती है, जो तूने किया ना, तूने वो आगे से भी कर. उसने said कि प्यार बांट, right? तो मेरा तो हिंट था कि रोमांटिक फिल्में करना है भाई बस. That's why I even told him that, sir, actually मैं 4 दिन पहले ना मैं गौरी मैम से मिला था, और उन्होंने कहा था कि मुझे रोमांटिक फिल्में करनी चाहिए. सर आप क्या कहते हैं? अगर he was very funny. He said कि भाई देख, आज तक मैं सिर्फ गौरी की बातें मानता हूँ, तू भी मान ले.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
So the romantic additions continue, because I think that's great. It's a good vibe. I think you've done
It's
very
evergreen, man. Who over here has not fallen in love? Raise your hands. Not possible.
Not
we
possible.
all have. I can raise all my hands.
Yeah,
I have
for
fallen in
sure.
love.
No, I think it's lovely, and we can't wait to see more of you in 2025. And we start the year with this conversation, so I really look forward to the end of this year and more of you. Okay, so as we promised you, a lot of you are here because you have questions for Taha, and the way this will work is, put your hand up, a mic will come to you.
So I was not expecting to be first. I'm too excited. My mom actually sent me today.
See, I told you. Woman from all ages.
My mom sent me चल रहा है. Oh, क्या बात है?
जाके उसको बोल.
Yeah.
So I have 2 questions. The first one is obviously एक बार देख लीजिए.
देख रहा हूँ आपको. बार-बार भी देख लूँगा. बताइए.
Oh.
The second one being what you said about your mom and habits make a man is what I believe.
A woman too.
Man, I mean everyone. So sorry, I'm blushing a little.
Looking cute.
So my question was on days that you don't feel good about yourself, or on days when sometimes like ma'am mentioned, the fickleness of the world comes in gets to you. And we all have those days. How do you deal with that?
I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think anybody cares? No. Do you think anybody cares when you're down? Nobody cares. So, yeah, nobody cares. The world is going to move on, right? So it's up to you to get up and kick yourself up and catch yourself going, because nobody else is going to do that, right? You feel down, they feel down, I feel down. We can feel down, but who cares, right? You want something, you go out and you get it, right? It just doesn't matter. My mom told me once, I came back, I got rejected from a film. I was almost there, and then somebody's son came and got the film, right? So फिर मैं जाके started crying, all right? And I was lying on my bed, was it not fair, right? And then my mom comes up to me and she's like, why are you crying? I said, this happened. And then she's like, are you going to get anything by crying? Very practical question. Can you be a little softer? No, right? But you know, come on, man. You know, thoda sa to ye kar lo. No, she loves me. But she's like, are you going to get anything by crying? I said, no. And she's like, so? She's like, go to sleep. I said, I was on the bed anyway, I was crying on the bed. She's like, go to sleep, wake up, and get going. That's it, you know. So then I slept. I got up and I got going, right? Same day, right? And that's what it is, man. You know, nobody cares, and nobody's going to come to get you out of your bed or get you out from not crying or feel like, oh, I'm so bad. Nobody cares, you know. You get up. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to everyone for themselves. We make our own lives, right? And that's what we have to believe, and that's what we know. We make ourselves. And once we have that belief, nothing can stop us, man.
Yes, ma'am. Could you tell us your name, please?
Yes, sure. I'm Anushka Gaikwad. I have a question for you. So, you mentioned your mom was very supportive and is very supportive of you, of your dream. My question is, was this always the case, or did you at any point have to express the love for your dream to her, then she started believing in your dream, or was it always that you had her support in whatever you wanted to do?
I think my mother's always been a woman who takes risks, a woman who made herself, right? A single mother who brought up 2 boys, and I would have to say that because of that, she knew that only where your heart is where you will flourish, right? So when I told her the first time, and this was, trust me, this was मैं 3 साल काम कर रहा था उनके साथ. After I graduated 12th grade, I worked for 3 years with her in different businesses. I was like transporting cement, I was doing real estate, I was even a receptionist at a hotel for 6 months, right? I've done a lot of things, right? But the day I told her that I want to get into acting, she never asked me why, how. She said, okay, what do you want to do? I said, I want to join New York Film Academy, which was in Abu Dhabi. She said, okay, next. So that was easy, right? But yeah, I think I've always had her support. And yes, trust me, I know that's very, very rare, right? It's very rare that you get somebody to support you in that sense. But what can I say, man? I'm blessed. I'm kidding.
How beautiful. Thank you so much for that lovely question.
Hi, I'm Tanvi. So
Hi,
I'm from
Tanvi.
home actually, for my friends and
Hello.
yeah, okay. So I just wanted to ask a question because I wanted a chance to speak to you also. And yeah.
Fair.
But then, honestly, I was thinking one thing that you were talking about hard work all this while, right? You need to work hard, you need to do this and that. But don't you think there is also a factor of luck? It's not always hard work, right? There are luck. There are so many people who work hard, but they don't end up being successful.
Yeah, true. This world is full of, what do you call it? Hardworking, unsuccessful people. That is true. I'll tell you one thing. Do you know if luck is coming your way?
I can have faith in it.
You can have faith in a lot of things, but do you know 100% that luck is coming your way? No. Okay. Right? None of us do. I mean, if anybody says yes, please tell me. I also want to know. Right? But if you don't, then, well, you're just like me. And it's not that I don't believe in luck. But like I said, I believe that you can create luck. Right? You create luck by placing yourselves in different places. For example, I recently was in Goa. Where? Oh,
When or where?
was that your
Where?
house? Was it your house then? Okay.
She's like, where in Goa? Tell me exactly the spot.
I was at FA, and a very random thing. I'll tell you, very random. And these things are very random. I'll tell you two things. I was at IFB. I was at Film Bazaar last year, right, 2023. I went there specifically to find a film. All right. I'm like, okay, Hira Mandi ho gayi. Okay. Now I need to do something very earthy, very social. I want to do something for the community, right, for India, right. तो मैं वहाँ पे गया अपनी टीम के साथ, all right. And then they started meeting people. I started meeting a lot of people, right. Came to this that randomly they came across one person called Trupti. All right, she was dressed up in a sari, and right, she was like, and we talked to her, and she came up with, she had a story in her hand. Attached to it was a director called Gajendra Ahire, who was a 2-time National Award winner.
Yeah.
All right, I landed from Bombay because I had to go back. I landed from Bombay, immediately went and met them at IFB. All right, I locked that project that day, and that project is about bride slavery. That you guys might not know that happens around India. It's about bride slavery. It's called Paro, right? Was that luck? Or did you create that luck by actually going there and putting yourself out there, right? So you can't really define luck. I'm not saying that luck doesn't exist. Trust me, there are people who have come literally after me, success ban ke wo bade ban gaye. I'm not saying that does not happen. Maybe they didn't even have a connection, but ban gaye. Okay? But in my case, or in the cases that I believe that you can either create luck or you can consistently keep doing it, because like they say, lightning will strike you. But at that moment of time, if you guys are not ready to actually take up that challenge, right? When opportunity meets hard work, it creates success, right? So you got to put yourselves in those opportunities. Nobody's going to come to you with an opportunity. And trust me, whoever those lucky people are, there are very few of us. If you took the statistics, 1 in 10,000. If you're a lucky man, great for you, good for you. I wish all of you luck. I don't believe in it, right? I believe that there is luck, but I believe that hard work and you being prepared for that exact moment when God gives you that opportunity, because He will give you that opportunity. And that moment, if you're not prepared, then, well, whose fault is it, right? And if it strikes, luck. Was me being at Mr. Bhansali's thing luck? Yes, of course, right? But if I was not prepared enough to actually go and act the way he wanted me to act, I would not be getting the role. I was lucky enough to be there, but was I prepared? Yes. Together, something happened. That's my. I might be wrong, but this is what I
Wow, I think I don't think you dreamt that this would be your first conversation, but anyway. It was
वो
a fabulous
हम दोनों
intense
घर पे मिले थे गोवा में.
हाँ, वही तो.
Come anytime.
But
Thank you.
आपका घर है गोवा में?
That's why she got so excited,
Love
na?
it.
Come college and we have come to Kalagoda.
Oh, that's so lovely. That's so lovely. Thank you so much. Any more questions? Oh, there's a gentleman there.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Khalid. It's
Salam.
nice to be here.
Thank
Sir,
you.
I have a question. I just want to confess. I just came to know about you right away. In
How lovely.
Kalagoda. I Googled your list. I watch your films. But I would like to appreciate your hard work to come to Mumbai and make your films is not easy. Certainly inspiring for everyone.
How
Thank you,
beautiful.
man. Thank you.
How kind. Thank you so much.
Watch the list and you watch the movie.
I love you,
That's
brother.
so kind.
Thank you. Very
This
kind
is what
of
it's
you.
about. This is why we do what we do. Thank you.